Let's see a shocking story of a man who got involved in a very nasty car crash. Hear him out.
At 23, I was heading home from work one day outside Mount Vernon, Illinois, and I fell asleep driving home. I swerved into the oncoming lane, and I hit a man head on. Now, I don't remember the car wreck itself. I just know from what everybody told me, you know. I actually woke up like a couple weeks later in the hospital. In the car wreck, basically the front end of the car came in, my face hit the steering wheel. They had to cut me out of the car. It just basically destroyed my face, obviously.
Your face was destroyed while they were extracting you from the car? Or
No.
from the car crash?
Yeah, this is from the car crash.
Okay.
I don't remember a whole lot. I remember little bits of it being like blurry. And then everybody telling me, like, Josh, calm down, you've been in a car wreck. You know, because I guess I would kind of freak out because I didn't know what was going on. I had a lot of glass and swelling.
You were asleep for medical reasons, or they were trying to prolong you from waking up so they can, like, deal with the glass and deal with the, like, other medical conditions so you're not... Because I understand sometimes being stressed and being under, like, this fog of not understanding what's happening can make your body even resist the treatment.
Yeah, yes, both actually. So like at first they had me on like a life support for a couple of days till they got me stable, and then I came to it and I had to learn how to like walk because the stroke had me kind of like paralyzed. I could tell it because I was concussed for like a long time. So I had to recover. I was in the ICU for a while, and then they took me down to a less stable room. And then they took me like a rehabilitation part of the hospital, like learning how to walk, how to like move around. I couldn't drink nothing. Like, so one of the worst parts of this whole thing being in the hospital is they had to sew my tongue down, and the inside of my mouth had a bunch of sutures. And they were afraid that I would aspirate. So they wouldn't let me drink nothing. I had a feeding tube, I had a trach. So I was in the hospital altogether probably 6 months. I had my eye removed, and then I started with one of my big reconstructive surgeries. It's supposed to be like a 5 to 10 year process. I had a few minor surgeries, and the last surgery I had was a reconstructive surgery where they took my leg bone off my leg, like a piece like that big, and they did my top jaw, and then they took a piece of meat from my leg bone and put that right here, and it was like all together it was like a 33-hour surgery. After I healed from that one, I kind of lost myself. Like I just started going downhill. I didn't want to deal with it, and I developed a substance abuse problem from, you know, like and whatnot.
After the accident, I'm aware of the guilt trip that you took yourself on. Would you like to explore more, like talk more about it?
No one told me at first that another person in the car wreck. I felt really bad for that person, you know, because that was something I didn't intend to do. So I had to go to court over that. So that's when it hit the most. When I seen his family was in there.
You woke up from a literal nightmare.
My whole world got turned upside down.
Do you believe that you going into the drugs and the substance use path was more for how your life turned upside down, or just from the shock and the feeling of having taken away someone's life, even if it was intentionally, unpurposefully, and despite all the factors that we understand very well were not necessarily your fault, but how things turned out? But was your escape, you feel, more from one path rather than the other? I'm
not trying to take nothing away from this man. Also, it was me being young and not knowing how to take control of my life at that point in time. And the way I lived life now, I had people taking care of me. I wasn't able to work. My family, I was the sole provider for my family. It was a lot to deal with, and that was kind of like a way to to cope with
Thank you so much
with
for
life,
watching.
you know. I didn't think about my family. I didn't think about the young kids that I had 3 young daughters at the time. You know, I didn't think about them. I was just in a selfish way. And I think that was the that did that, you know. I spent out 3.5 years in prison. And then I got out and I'm still doing the same stuff, you know. And I met my wife. My wife's in recovery too. She's in recovery. I met her and we were using, and my wife got sent away. She got sent away. She went to prison, but we started off getting clean together, me and my wife. And then while she was sent away, I was about to go back to prison. And I was like, I can't live like this no more. I gotta do something. I just wanted to have a purpose in life. That's one big thing I wanted. I wanted to have a purpose, and I wanted to share. I wanted people to know that there's more to life than that. You know, I wanted to help people too. That's the one thing.
How did your kids deal with it? First, the accident, because you mentioned you had 3 children already before. So how did they adapt to the new father figure, and also how did they deal with you being absent for 7 years through your life choices?
We didn't have a great relationship, you know. Well, the youngest, I was with her mother, and she was only 11 months old at the time. So I was still around her quite a bit until I left her mother about 2 years later. And then after that, I didn't see her. I didn't see her until she was 9 years old. I still talk to my oldest every once in a while. My second oldest, I have talked to her. She's got a hold of me on her own. She's 15 now. And I can't expect to barge in on their lives. I've actually got custody of them now. They actually live with me. So I hadn't seen them in 7 years, and I ended up getting custody of them. They live with me right now. I'm actually in their bedroom right now while they're at school.
All right, so that's like a very nice way to come back, like after being absent from their life for so long. Now you just get to have her as long as you want, the whole time, and get to make up for the lost time as well as reconnecting. Do you believe that the first 2 with the mother, because you mentioned like, oh, she's a great mom, not so much in touch, but is it better to have this like distant relationship with them, make sure that they still have a father, that their father is absent, their father is present even though he's distant or he's not there the whole time, or you believe that maybe it was better to completely be off and not have this connection, so that they're not impacted in a different way, or they don't have to feel like they're taking one side over the other?
I haven't really spoken to their mom in a while. Like I said, the oldest I talked to, she lives with a different family, and then the other one, I just don't want to disrupt her life. I feel like it's all going to play out like it should, and I'm not going to press it more than I have to. She's going to want to know. She knows I'm her dad, obviously. She's going to want to know eventually. So I just need to make sure I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be ready, and I just need to stay right whenever it becomes time that she wants to be around me.
It's very inspirational, and actually it's very motivating. The more love you pour and the more you spread knowledge and awareness, and the more you talk about something, it just comes back to you in an equally beautiful form. Like, okay, whenever you start talking about a certain topic, you find more people around you who share the same struggles, and then somehow your struggles unite you to have a more positive approach, or feeling that you're not alone and you have a support system makes you like more optimistic in general.
I owe it to all my whole family, like my girls, my son, my wife, and my mom, my aunt, my grandma, everybody, my sisters, everybody that's in it. I got a tight little net, you know.
Is there anything else you would like to share or like to add?
If somebody out there can think about giving up, and think again and talk to somebody, because life's worth living. You know, you're either going to sink or you're going to swim, so it's a lot easier to learn to swim.
Thank you, Jatra, for opening up and sharing your story.